I will give a summary of why we are here and who we are, and then I'll do it in English, then I'll do a small summary in Luo, and our treasurer will also add something, and one of our deputy patrons, and then we call it a day. I want to believe you already have the communique, so mine is just to summarize the communique. So my name is Betty Adera. I'm the National Chair of the Secretariat of Professional Association of Nyanza Women, acronymed as PAN Women. So today we are here at Stella Resort in Kisumu to launch our association. Our launch is in 3 parts. So there's what we have done today that continues even after lunch. We had a women's conference, and then we had remarks from our patron, our CS for ICT and Digital Economy, Eliud Owalo, other CSs, distinguished guests as well. And in the afternoon, we'll continue with our conference. So part 2 is the dinner time, where we will have a dinner gala just here, again now to launch our website and to also launch our county chapters. That's critical because it is through the county chapters that we are going to implement all that we want to implement at the grassroots level. So our last part will be tomorrow. In the morning hours, we will move to Maseno University, where we will be joined, of course, by our Waziri, Eliud Owalo, as well as the CS for Environment, Madam Tuya, at Maseno University to plant 1,000 tree seedlings within the university grounds and premises here in Maseno, again, as our contribution as professional women towards the President's initiative of planting 15 billion trees by 2032 in an effort to restore our forests and water catchment and better our environment. So today our launch attracted over 200 of our members who have physically come, and many others who were able to join virtually as well. And our members are from 4 Nyanza counties, that's Migori, Homa Bay, Kisumu, and Siaya. And the mix of the professions that we represent, I cannot remember which one is not represented. We have members who are from academia. We have members who are in the health sector, education sector, social enterprise sector, the legal sector, and so many other sectors as well. We also have a good mix of representation of young women professionals who, again, we are behooved as mature ones to mentor so that they are more grounded better in their professional spaces as they give back. So today we unpack our theme, which is investing in sustainable development for future generations through socioeconomic development, of which we recognize that Nyanza region is key, given the development indicators as we see it, and of course mentoring the next generation of women leaders for sustainable development. Today, as I have already said, we have been privileged to have high-profile attendance and guests among our midst. And as led by our patron, Waziri Eliud Owalo, we also had CS for Labor, Madam Florence Bore, and also expect to have CS for Health, coming at some point. We have also been privileged to have the presence of our Deputy Speaker, Honorable Gladys Boss, as well as the President's Advisor on Women Rights, Honorable Harriet Chigai, of course, among others. We have also been privileged to be accompanied by excellencies representing various diplomatic corps, and we have had the representation of Ambassador Meg Whitman, the US Ambassador to Kenya, as well as Ambassador Kampa, the India High Commissioner to Kenya, And we have received apologies from Ambassador Sebastian Groth, the German ambassador to Kenya, who unfortunately got ill today and was not able to come. So we span the 5 SDGs to ensure that our women, our girls, and our youth reach their fullest potential. We recognize, of course, the contribution of women in various spaces, one as beneficiaries of interventions, but also as those who bear the greatest brunt in the face of any challenges that face us. So we have a development-oriented agenda that now has been officially unveiled. And one of the things we want to do, again, primarily, is to expand financial inclusion opportunities for our women, tapping into the opportunities existing within the Kenya Kwanza government, as well as reaching out to other potential stakeholders within the development space, faith sector, as well as private sector. Basically, we are giving back. As professional women, we want to face home, go back home, and build home. We also want to support the education space, our children who probably need help to complete their education. We want to reconsider maternal child health, sexual reproductive health and rights for our women, but more importantly, for our young women. The youth, or boy child, so to speak, is not left behind. We are the ones who give birth to both girls and boys. So any other person out there who needs our help, to the extent that will be possible, will be able to reach. And also, we will have interventions around climate smart agriculture, tapping into our vast potential of the blue economy. We will also expand on the climate change global conversations and do what we can, whenever we can it, however we can it. We can do it at the grassroots level. So our logo of Pany Women is literally a pany. You know, it's a mortar and pestle. But that's symbolic to us because we are bringing together to bring forth. We are concocting all ideas into one place, tailoring them to suit the unique needs of our region and also of our people, and then giving back. So we have a secretariat. They're all here. That is driving this force, this initiative. And we are appealing to all women out there from this region. Whoever wants to join us, the door is wide open. If anybody was waiting for action, this is the time, because beyond today and tomorrow, it is now action mashinani. So I just want to, if you allow me, introduce a little bit of the key driving team. All of us here are driving, you know, this initiative. But as I said, I'm the chair. Daktari is the treasurer. Jawan Kawone no de ching maduong. Wan kae wabiro launch association wa mar mine molony e migepe mopogre opogre. Kendo kawuono wawacho mana niya, ni wabiro kanyakla mondo wang'i ni to en yo mane ma wanyalo dok chien mondo wan be wager dala. Wager Homa Bay, wager Migori, wager Kisumu, wager Siaya County. Chien kocha wan gi minewa, wan gi nyiwa, wan gi yawuotwa mokwamo e yore mopogore opogore. To wa feel ni wan kaka professional women molony mo e regions go. Wan gi role to play mondo wadog chien wamak badgi. Wan ebwo patronage mar Waziri Eliud Owalo, makawuono ne ni kodwa kanyakla kendo pod entie ka kawuono kanyakla gi kiny ka wa launch gini to kendo no kelonwa welo mopogore opogore moa e pinje ma oko kaachiel gi colleagues ne manie cabinet mana ma Kenya ka kaachiel gi jotelo mamoko mang'eny moa e serikal. Ne wantiere gi CS Bore mochung' ne Labour, Florence Bore mochung' ne Labour. Ne wantie gi Madam Harriet Chigai mochung' ne Women Rights, en ng'ama timo advising ne ker mar Kenya e weche mag haki mag mine. To wan kendo wantiere gi Deputy Speaker ma iluongo ni Mheshimiwa Gladys Boss Benikae kachiel gi jotich sirikal mang'eny manobiro. Wantie nyaka gi ambassadors manobiro kawuono. Ne wan gi ambassador mar US, ne wan gi ambassador High Commissioner ma India, to bende ne wan gi apology moa kuom ambassador ma Germany. Koro chakre kawuono to ena wuotha ching kiny wantie Maseno University ka wapidho yien, wabro pidho yiende ma okalo 1,000 ka wan be wawacho go ni wan be wan e conversation mar climate action, wadwa dok chien mondo watudre gi migepi mang'iyo ni to alwora wa chalo yo manade. Adwa wacho kendo maler ni Waziri Eliud Owalo ene patron marwa mar Pany Women. Gimago awe matin go awe ne the Vice Chair and also our 2 deputy patrons, the Vice Chair and also our 2 deputy patrons.
Good afternoon. Yeah, I will say briefly because I think most of the things have been captured, but I think it's a great pleasure for us as women from this region to come together to make a point to our village. You know, for a long time, our parents took a lot of their time, their money and everything, trying to educate us. And, when our parents educate a child, they expect something in return. And most of the time, we have gone to Nairobi and also went to other places and never came back. But I think this is the time that we have decided as the women of Nyanza, not that this is the only time it has been done. I remember there was Nyanza Economic Team that happened in 2007. And I think every time we have had election cycles, we come up. But this one, I think we are going to be very serious to make sure that the results are seen. When you send your children out, you expect them to come, but they must come loaded. We are loaded behind here, and we are not the only ones. There are several of us, different professions. We must come back home, not only with our profession, but anything else that we can add. From today, you will see a lot of connection that we are getting from other international communities, bringing them, us together to make sure that we do some development in the Nyanza region. I must say that this thing, bottom-up agenda, the Kenya Kwanza government, for me as an individual, I started talking about, and I was a very lone voice, 2013 to 2017. I was talking about the fact that how come that every time we go out there in big seminars, in functions, conferences, but it is never reflected in our villages. So this is the time that we must reflect whatever we have learned back home. And this is a time for us to give back to our society. Awacho gi dholuo niya, ma en winjruok maber mwawinjore kaka mine mawuok e Nyanza ka. To ok wan kendwa ma wan kani, wang'eny kendo wan into thousands. The main agenda ma wan go en ni mondo waduog back home, mondo watim ng'ato ka ng'ato biro bedo gi an agenda. The agenda nino itime in your village, so it should be also reflected in your sub-county, in your county, and some of them will affect our region as a whole. So, wakelo, wabet kamora chiel kaka mine, gi one agenda, ni we must support each other. We must try to mentor the younger people. We must mentor the young girls. I had a conversation with some of them, and they were telling me how difficult it is. Not that I don't know, because most of us have gone through this. To what do ni mondo, whatever challenges mane wan go, nyithindwa mabiro machien should not have the same challenges. Should be lighter. Nikech wan koro wang'eyo kendo wanyalo konyogi. Ago erokamano.